This is set number 40026, the Statue of Liberty. This is ages 6 and up, 39 pieces, no minifigures. This was available in 2012 in an interesting way. The only way you were able to get this originally was from the Rockefeller Center Lego store in, well, Rockefeller Center, New York. And that would make the most sense because you're in New York, so an iconic model from New York, the actual Statue of Liberty, has been made into this Lego form. So that's how you got that specific polybag. I think the New York City cab was also part of, an exclusive set of polybags with this one. That was, to make it look like a small New York City taxi cab. But this has also been available more recently in Toys R Us. As you guys know from my recent haul, I found this in Toys R Us for $5. It was also originally for $5 in the Lego store. So let's take a closer look at this set now. Oh, sorry, I'm pushing up the wrong thing. Let's start off with the package itself. It's a very square package. Very few polybags are of this square size. And it's kind of small because, well, it doesn't have too many pieces to it, 39 pieces. But even then, I guess some of the other polybags have been larger. So I find this a little interesting that it's so small. Although the pieces themselves in this bag are also small. We do get to see kind of a city skyline, not specifically New York as far as I'm concerned, but it can be, maybe, New York. But we have the Statue of Liberty shown here in the Lego store design around the sides. I think I'm hearing a ding sound. It's just, I'm getting messages. On the back of it, doesn't have really much, but it does show you that you can rate the set with the club code CP2012. And like other polybags, it's a one-time use code, so you can't rate every single polybag of that year with the same code. That's the one thing I don't like about them. But that's across the board. It's nothing about the set itself. Inside of here we have a very tiny set of instructions. Probably the smallest ones that I've seen in recent polybags. And what we have, it looks kind of, you can see on the inside, it's actually, there's no 2x2 piece or fill-in inside of there for the base of the statue, which I find interesting. And the building style for it is actually pretty cool. It's small, but it's unique. So it does have a good, a good unique way of building this. And we don't have any piece count or anything like that on the back. Most of the pieces in this set are the ones that you're going to use, with the exception of 2 of them. You have the small flame piece as an extra piece, and you have this 1x1 cheese wedge as an extra piece. So let's take a look at this set itself. It's a pretty basic model, mostly for displays. It's not really meant to have any play features or interact with minifigures in such way. It's made on a very small scale compared to the actual Statue of Liberty, and even compared to minifigures. It does have a minifigure head, though, in the middle of it. If you can see right there, that is an entirely non-printed minifigure head. So those of you who like to make monochrome figures, and what that means I'll explain in a sec. For those of you who like to make monochrome figures, you'll enjoy getting this polybag to get that head. And a monochrome figure is any minifigure that is made of one color, monochrome, kind of makes sense. It's made of entirely one color and has no printing on it whatsoever. No printing on the face, arms, hands, nowhere. Legs, torso, nothing. Now this does have a little bit of flexibility to it. You can turn it around like this. So if you wanted to make it like a living Statue of Liberty, you do have movement between those. It has a very basic build to the body, as you saw in the instructions. That's how it looks on the inside. So it has a very cool way of building it that I actually like a little bit. Although it makes it really small, it kind of compares to the rest of the base. Now we do have a little bit of detail on here. It does have the arm lifting up as if it were a torch, and also has another arm that's presumably holding the book. And as we've mentioned before, this doesn't really have any play features, and kind of looks a little bit flat from the back of it. But I guess it's okay because most people will probably have this on display from the front, like so. So, overall, there's really not much to say for this polybag. It's nice that it's a display model, and if you like the Statue of Liberty and you live in America, you'll most likely want to get this as best as you can. Check your Toys R Us stores, because they have it online, and they also have it sometimes in stores. They may also have the New York City taxi cab in there too. And that one's not quite minifigure friendly, it's just short of it. But, by the way, speaking of minifigures, we'll have my own sig fig put next to it, so you can see the comparison of its height. So I could say it's about maybe 2.5 minifigures tall. Okay, about 2 minifigures tall. So it's not meant for this scale even. It's meant for a much smaller scale. If you really wanted to make something of this scale, that would be interesting. And if you do, let me know, because I'd like to see it. But as far as like its use, it doesn't have any really unique pieces except for all the green in it, because we don't get green, you know, 1x3s like this in too many sets. We don't get the head in green in really any sets without any printing. So as far as pieces go, it's okay, but, you know, not too special. But I do like the building style of it. That's probably the best draw for me, is how they built this to be a miniature model. It's really nice that it's a display model, and I'll probably keep this with my White House architecture set, because it would be a nice, you know, add-on to it. Just as, you know, like an American-themed area, I guess. Not sure exactly if I would make it into something more than that, but it's still a nice idea. Oh, before we finish this up, I should have thought to compare his height to our old Abe Lincoln, another American icon. And with his hat, it obviously is not exactly minifigure scale, but you know, you get the idea. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. By the way, I'd like to make a shout out to Just Too Good Eurobricks. He's been wanting to get this polybag, and I hope he enjoys this review of it. And I really hope that he gets that polybag at some point. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you next time with more LEGO set reviews. Oops, sorry about the camera.